Evening, one and all present here. Welcome to the Mask Leadership Community Leaders Connect, where leaders create more leaders. My name is Prakash Sharma, the founder director of Bija Training and the author of the book, The Mask Leadership. The Mask Leadership Community is built with a specific purpose of creating 1,000+ leaders, wherein week after week, we invite top management leaders from the corporate company who give solutions to the real-time challenges faced by the working professionals as well as the businessmen on either on leadership, on leading self, leading others. We have Miss Gauri Das is our top management professional here with us to share the solutions for the topic consistency in achieving results. So if you're all okay and ready to start, kindly type ready in the chat box and we will start the episode today. Let's see how many ready in the chat box are coming. Thank you very much. Happy evening, Sendil. And we have one ready already started and the other ready is what we're waiting for from all our members as well as our visitors for the day. Great. Thank you very much, all the members as well as visitors who have joined and assembled today. So let me give a quick brief. Currently, we are on live on Facebook as well as it's recorded. And I would request all our visitors as well as our members to turn on your cameras so that it will be a very interactive session along with Ms. Gauri. So before we move forward and go ahead and understanding more about Ms. Gauri, about her professional experience, let me just share 2 words and introduce her on the personal front. Ms. Gauri's, in fact, her favorite sport is badminton and she likes being more with nature. And Ms. Gauri, a very intellectual person today, is here with us to share more about on the particular topic, consistency in achieving results. But just to know more about Ms. Gauri Das, about a professional experience, let's have a look at the video. Yes, thank you very much for seeing or watching this particular video, and we have got an understanding about a model. We'll be able to see you. Thank you very much, Ms. Gauri, and welcome to the Mask Leadership Leaders Connect.
Thank you so much, Prakash, and this was amazing. This is first time I'm seeing such kind of introduction, and kudos to you on this. And on your mission of creating 1,000 leaders, I am glad to be part of this mission in a very small way. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining the lovely audience.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Ms. Gauri. It's a pleasure that you have been with us here today. Great. So wonderful, Gauri. And that now that you have been here and then you have understood about our community, how it is. There'll be more other members will be joining us shortly, and as they join in, we'll take it up. So great, Ms. Gauri. Thanks for accepting this particular topic, which was in fact, what we do is, Ms. Gauri, every week after week, we also invite, or maybe that's always there, leaders from different corporate companies can really write their challenging situations on leadership on our site, themaskleadership.com. And what we do is we filter all the challenges, and such challenges is where we share it with top management leaders like you. And today's topic is one such topic which has come on our website, which is called the consistency in achieving results, which is actually typically becoming a challenging situation for most of them. Yeah. So here is the question for you. The first question, Gauri, Das, for you is, what do you feel? I mean, is consistency in achieving results, is it a myth or is it really a reality? Maybe know your views on the same, so that it really helps people, our leaders here in the community.
Yeah, so very important topic, and yeah, I have seen in my personal experience as well as head of HR that there are people who will be successful today, but tomorrow when they take up new role or they do something else, or there is a larger team or there is a change of organization, many a times the consistency would be lost, and so the success also. So yes, at reaching there is important, but maintaining it is even more important. So I would say talk about this particular quote which says that success is not about greatness, it is about consistency. Consistency and hard work, consistent hard work leads to success. So for me, yes, and my father used to always say that try again and you will succeed. So there is always this thing that you can do more. However, with my knowledge in psychology, that I am psychology masters now, I fully understand that I need to define a boundary, because I can form a goal. However, if I kind of never give up that I'm going to achieve it, and even if it is beyond me, because there are two things: internal locus of control and external locus of control.
Yes.
So when you talk about internal one, you can put in all the efforts. Still, there will be few situations where you will not be able to make it. And that is where this particular thing, where to stop, should also be known to us.
Correct.
I think combining the two would definitely give us good results.
Perfect. Rightly said. So that means you would say here, that means the consistency in achieving results is still a myth and it's still a reality. And we need to, in fact, consistently perform. And you have given a definition for success, which is very nice. And we need to consistently keep performing is what you're sharing. And that's what we are able to understand. Great. So it's more of a reality. Definitely, yes, it has been possible. It's more of a reality. But as it's been a reality is what you're sharing, Ms. Gauri. But if you can understand, what do you think are the habits required? Yeah, we in our community, as well as the visitors who joined us today here, are almost most of them are managers and above, and they've been leading a team here from different industries, from FMCG, from banking, from other industries, and IT and manufacturing also. So here, what do you think are the habits which are required for us to consistently achieve results? What do you feel on the same?
So number one would be emotional intelligence for me, because that is number one quality or competency because of which one achieves success today or not. Because gone are the times when technical skills or technical knowledge was giving you that leverage. Not anymore. It's about leadership skills. It's about emotional intelligence, EQ today. Examples. So some practical examples. Say for example, somebody is doing very well in their own region. Say take a sales case, a business development, right? So they are doing very well, and they have a team of say 10 people. From 10, if 2 who are top performer, they exit, then this person is not able to perform. So that consistent success is not there. Why? Because only 8 people are there in the system, and those 2 were top performer. However, if there was clear awareness, if there was good leadership skills, you will not be relying only on 2 people. You would be having a good pipeline of people, succession planning, right? That would be done. So that is one thing which I have seen happens with people, and that's one habit which one needs to really develop, which is awareness about self. We have to understand ourselves first. For a very long time, even I was not able to manage my team well in beginning of my career when I became a first time manager. And the challenge was, I realized it was kind of a very negative experience that I had, but I had a good learning out of that. So it so happened that I would think I am fully supporting my team, but I once started having this feedback sessions with my team. And I would tell them once in a year that give me your feedback, even the constructive one. So they were not open to this idea, but slowly they came forward and they gave it to me. And one person said, I never felt that I had your back. And I always thought that I'm supporting everybody, I'm supporting my team. So this is one thing which really helps in self-awareness. And thereon, I have made it a consistent practice. Every 6 months, I seek for feedback. And I go back to them and I tell them, see, this is what I have done. Do you think I have improved? And now that the equation is good, I mean, they trust me, there's psychological safety. They tell me whether it is happening or not happening. So this is one thing. Number two is again the consistent efforts and action orientation. But before action comes goal. Many a times we don't have goal. We just say that we want to do this. And we think that this is a goal, but that's not a goal. Goal has to be very specific. So we know SMART goals. All of us know SMART goals, right? So and when you make the goal, say for example, my goal is to become a better leader. So how would I work on it? I will first find out what are the competencies required to become a good leader. Number one, a leader can be a coach. So I will find out, okay, where am I today? Am I at 7 and I want to reach at 10, or am I at 5 and I want to reach 10? So during one such exercise, I got to know about myself that my transparency level was only at 5. So then I raised it to 9 now. Right, so that is goal. My goal was to have better leadership skills, and that was one trait which was missing. So now I keep my team in loop since beginning, and they know everything since beginning, and transparency level has increased. So goal and action both. I think these three things and self-discipline, that would be the master of everything, because these days leader is a coach, leader is no longer a manager. And you are not told what you have to do. You have to have a strategic leadership. No more tactical or operational leadership is required. So if I have to look at the future and I have to tell what is to be done in terms of HR strategy, I need to have self-motivation, I need to have self-discipline and self-leadership. So these would be the elements I would suggest.
Great. Excellently shared the three respective points. And I really appreciate the last one which you said, that today it is more about leader should be a coach. A leader should get into just not a leader as a manager, now it's more of a leader as a coach. And knowing more about the self is very important. These all are very necessary. The goal specific, what you're talking about. And these are very necessary habits is what we need to take. And we need to inculcate such habits in case if you are not unaware about it. Let's start asking feedback from people. Absolutely. Is what you're saying. And let's start knowing where am I really having these skills and where I do need to improve. Wonderfully shared, Ms. Gauri. So, Ms. Gauri, there are other set of 2 questions I would request Mr. Devarayan to ask you. And Mr. Devarayan is a member in our community, the Leaders Connect, and he is the head of HR for Hitachi and ABB Hitachi. So, Mr. Devarayan, we are going to share with you, and you can share the next set of 2 questions with Ms. Gauri Das, which will help our community members to understand the solutions for the same.
Pleasure e-meeting, Mr. Devarayan.
Thanks, Gauri, and thanks, Prakash. I head compliances for Hitachi ABB.
Great.
Yeah, head of compliances. So very nice to meet you here too.
Same here.
Yeah, good. So, there are a lot of leaders and aspiring leaders are here already. The third questions would be there are in the opening of the talk, you said that there are many leaders who is failing. So, what do you feel? What is the problem with them, or what are the traits with them made them fail and not consistent in achieving their results? So, what do you feel that they lacked, or they wanted to achieve in that particular consistency?
I think one is we are now working with 4 generations, right? So the kind of adaptability that I need to have, I may not be able to quickly adapt to new situation. So when, say for example, a very simple example, I know a senior leader who used to not, so there is a gender difference also in the team and the leader. So this leader was not taking his team a lot of time out. Many a times because of Me Too, people are now scared also. So that's another angle. And he would not take. So even if the company was sponsoring, he was not taking team out. And in the 360 feedback, this came out that uh, the team wants to go out and have a team bonding together. Now when I discussed this with this gentleman, he was kind of, I never thought that my boss should take me out. How do I think that my team would want it? So this difference, and when I analyze the whole situation, I realized that his team comprises of average age 24, and that is where the challenge, the particular feedback came from there. So this is one thing, because we are working with 4 generations, we have to really change and really adapt to new situations very, very fast. If I had to propose, today it's a norm, but when I had to propose work from home, say 6 7 years ago, and there was somebody in my team who was 50 plus, for them it was something, it can't happen. How would team work from home? But for somebody who was 22, for them it was easy. So that is one, that is a generational thing. And second, the learning agility is what I'm seeing is missing in many leaders. Once they reach there, they think that we are sorted, we don't have to learn more. And that is where their team realizes that, because your team has to look up to you. If they don't, then you would not be a great leader. So like Prakash mentioned that coach. So we are no longer a manager. Nobody comes to us asking for a leave. Our job is no more administrative, right? If I have to take a leave, I will tell my boss, I'm not coming tomorrow. There's no other business talking about this particular thing, right? But I have to really coach my team when they are not doing things well, or they are kind of confused. So when they are coming to me, if I start giving them all the answers, they will not have that kind of fulfillment in their job. So that is another thing. As a coach, we have to ask the right question rather than telling them everything. So that is second thing which I am realizing, that learning agility. And this third is, we have still not switched to the situation where we are considering people as a human being. There are very few organizations where, and very few leaders where you will see this. So the balance of action orientation and task orientation is the key, which is not happening. So many a times we are in our own world, we are in a different kind of frame of mind, and we think the team also would behave that way. No, so it's time of personalization. If I have somebody of 60 in my team and I have 40 and I have 20, I have to know what matters most for everybody, what will motivate them. So I think these are few things which I'm seeing missing in people, and that is what they need to be coached on.
Yeah, very good. So, like, the diversity, maybe it's kind of any diversity, gender diversity,
Yes,
or any diversity matters. So, like, the consideration has to be there as a whole, not for one particular trait. And as you rightly said, like, understanding the generation gaps, like, as I see nowadays, generally people say that it's one rule for one rule, one company, one rule. So doesn't appear for good for entire, what do you call it as the field. It's a good thing. And in COVID, there are a lot of innovations and inventions have come in to work from home, or to on in terms of learning also. Like, we have a lot of virtual learning sessions.
Yes.
So we need to, the adaptability, I can see, is one of the other traits. It's a good.
Yeah,
So one
so
more.
very well said. And I'll just add that tomorrow we will be having, many of us may be already having a team which is comprising of people and robots. If anyone is having here, it would be interesting to know. But many people are already having, and 5 years down the line, that is going to be the truth, right? That is going to be the fact for us. So if we are already ready to bring in those elements of leadership which robots cannot, then only we will survive. And that's the question of not only being a good leader, but survival today.
Very good. That's true. That's empathy. We talk about
Yeah,
empathy.
empathy. So that compassion is missing many a times.
Very good. Thanks. Thanks for that. So the next one is like, say for an example, everybody, every leader or every a manager or every person in life is, trying to achieve the results consistently, right? But many a times it may not be possible, or they fail sometime, maybe because of lack of planning or lack of kind of approach or whatever it is. But what is your advice for them to reroute? Like, sometimes, when they fail, they'll just, okay, this is not mine. So what is your advice to reroute them to achieve the goals again?
Yeah, this is a very pertinent topic, and especially in today's time, a lot of even on the LinkedIn post, sometimes when I write about resilience,
Yes.
people respond back stating that, see, I have this challenge because of COVID, this has happened, and I'm not getting a new job, or I'm not getting any other opportunity. And you're talking about resilience. How do I do that? So especially many a times the comments would come from people who are aged, and it happened. This unfortunate thing happened to them towards old age. So then there is ageism also in the industry. People don't want to hire. So all those kind of challenges are there. And for me, the mantra has been resilience since childhood. Because I have seen challenges, a lot of challenges in terms of starting from a very small village where my school was kind of a village school. So I would sit on the floor, have book on in my hands, and I will read. No English till sixth standard. And then when I went for engineering, I saw a city for the first time. And the challenge was communication. Academics was not a challenge because this institute had people from all over the world, and everybody was speaking English. So I was like, I would cry. I will keep crying, thinking that the moment I open my mouth, people will laugh at me. So how do I speak to them? Because everyone was from kind of big cities, and they studied in English medium. Maybe there were only few 1% of people would be who came from vernacular medium. So from there to now speaking in international forums, I have seen a lot of challenges, many failures also. Sometimes spellings went wrong, sometimes pronunciation went wrong, but I kept on trying consistently. And I would say that when I know what is my goal, I will keep on working on it. And my advice would be to have a mentor, not only because they know and they are already there, they can guide you, they can even show you mirror. Because knowing when to stop is also important, as I said in the beginning. Don't take a goal which is not. So, first, we have to really understand ourselves, what we need. And that remains it's a journey. So we will not, even I have to tell about myself, even as a psychology master, I would not be able to say 100% thing. I just did a feedback session with 25 people, asking them what is my strength and what is my area of improvement. And the results were surprising even for me. So first understand whether it is aligned or not. Once there is an alignment, then only start going for that goal and have consistent efforts. What we do is we start very well, middle we just break down because there are challenges. So we don't have to do it, we have to regularly. So if I had to talk about my rejections when I had to restart my career after maternity break, this was a new place, a new city. I had never been to Mumbai. I was rejected by 23 employers in a row. And I was kind of, I would never be able to get a job here, but and consistently I kept on trying, and that's how I'm here today.
Very, very nice to hear that the persistence, pays. Persistence
Yes.
pays. There is a say that persistence pays. That is your experience, in fact. So many people, I would like to hear. I mean, I was glad that you told about the feedback, right? Like, nowadays, many of the leaders just would like to hear only the
Good.
praises and
Yeah.
not the critics. People, wow, okay. So we need to accept the critics for us to
Yes.
grow, so that they will prize in front of us, and then if the critics will go behind. So if we ask the critics also in front, definitely, we will definitely change the behavior, and then we will grow on that. But many leaders, as you rightly said, they don't agree to the critics, or
Yeah,
they
right.
don't want to hear to the critics. They just only want the prizes or the strengths of.
Yeah, absolutely. Your team knows everything. Just ask them and you will be sorted.
True. That's true. Very great. Thanks, Gauri, for that. Okay, over to you, Prakash.
Yeah, thank you very much, Devaran. That's really been great. Thank you, Gauri, for in fact, it was really very insightful in the respective answers which you have given. It's been wonderful, and to listening to your story is really excellent, and that's really giving us a lot of inspiration too. So, Gauri, I would request you to take. I mean, we will just. I will just want 2 minutes of yours now. We will have a quick quiz. So, a quiz is for all our members as visitors here. So, just what's the insights they have taken is where we are just going to understand from them. And for that is where I'll just going to take 2 minutes and be back again to you. Okay. So, is that okay,
It
Gauri?
would be good for me as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Whether it made any sense or not. Yeah.
So you're getting the feedback now here also, is it?
Yes, that's very important.
Okay. Thanks very much, Gauri. So, members as well as visitors who are here today. So great. Thanks very much. In fact, now that you have heard or you were listening very deeper to Ms. Gauri and she has been answering. But before I ask the quiz question for today, I would like to share with the quiz winner of last week. The last week's quiz winner is Miss Ambika. And she has in fact received a book from Mr. Ashraf on a book called Goal, which is Game Oriented Active Learning, as a complimentary. So excellent, Ambika, thanks very much. And today, what are we going to receive for the quiz winner is where, before we get into the quiz winner, what are we going to get? Here is where we have an author, and we have Mr. Narendra, who is the author of the book. And I would request Narendra to please be turning on your camera, and I would request you to share for 30 to 45 seconds about the book, what you've written, which you're going to give us complimentary to the quiz winner for today. So, Mr. Yeah, great. I believe Narendra, it's all set.
I think I am unmuted. Good evening, everybody. Gauri, it was a wonderful inputs that you have given. In fact, I like the point that everything is there with your team members. Go and ask, you can sort it out, because they have been seeing you 24/7 into different angles, so they know you better. Let me quickly talk about my book. I've written a book called Random Management Thoughts 1. I didn't seriously sit under a lamp, tear thousands of pages to write a book. I just started writing a small chapter every day in a WhatsApp group, and even Prakash was a part of that group. Every day I used to share one chapter, and then I finally felt the book is ready, and that's the reason why it's called Random Management Thoughts 1. So Random Management Thoughts 2 is ready, and thanks to lockdown, 50 books are ready for publishing on various topics related to feedback, leadership, and many other areas. And now what does this book contain? It's a very small book. I know that today people have forgotten to read volumes of pages, and so we need to be very fast, like a fast food. So you can just pick up any chapter from my book. It will be hardly 2 pages. And imagine a situation like this. What will Panchabhuta teach you about leadership? If a highlighter comes to your office and talks to you, what will a highlighter talk to you about creating visibility in workplace? If a pigeon is there behind your office, what lesson does a pigeon teach from the sound called grunting? So like that, every chapter has got something which I experienced whenever I went for a training program. And anything I come across from the participants' pain, I immediately converted it into a small story and wrote this book, a very small book with almost 30 plus units. And all you require is just 2 hours of journey in any train, let it be in a metro in Mumbai or wherever. In Bangalore, especially if you're sitting in Ola, even for 5 kilometers, you will travel 2 hours. I know that. So you can just quickly finish reading my book whenever you're in Bangalore. So this is what I've written. I don't want to take your time because it's your show. Thanks, Prakash, for giving an opportunity to honor the winner.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and best wishes to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Great, Narendra. So for the members as well as the other visitors, Mr. Narendra is also a leading trainer where he is doing training program for most of the corporates, and he's also written this particular book. He helps in fact, people onto the respective leadership levels to grow up and scale up on the respective leadership levels. So thanks very much for allowing, or I would request Narendra saying that thanks very much been giving your book as complimentary for today's quiz winner. So let's quickly get into the first quiz question. So that's when we'll be able to share the book as complimentary. So members and visitors, the question is going to be very simple. I'm sure you'll be able to answer this. So let's see the fastest fingers first. Let's see who's going to answer it first. Miss Gauri has shared, in fact, 4 habits she shared about how do we keep, if you have to really consistently achieve results, we need to maintain 4 habits. In fact, if you immediately is able to say 3, the book is yours. So let's see who is going to type in the first 3 habits of how do we, what we need to inculcate to have consistency in achieving results. So my chat box is open and I am seeing it. So let's see who are the people who are typing in. Oh, already, Senthil, when did you type this, Senthil? I'm able to see that in the chat box now, which is at 704, is it? All right, Senthil, that's really great, which you have typed in. He has completely was listening to you, I believe, Ms. Gauri. If you could see that on the chat box, which Mr. Senthil has typed at 704. Senthil, that means before my question, you typed and kept it ready, is it? Okay, but nevertheless, Senthil, it's a great honor to you, but I can able to really understand the depth at which you have understood the points and you've already written down and kept. Really great. I would recommend turn on your camera, Mr. Senthil, and unmute yourself, Mr. Senthil.
Hi, thanks, Prasad. Thanks, Gauri. And it was really an honor to be a part of today's session. And one thing which is more touching in my heart is Gauri had other side of the story. The success doesn't come just on one single day. She has faced the pain in her life with the 23 rejection, and her young life, she has taken many pain in her schooling days, which the mantra is constant try with never give up and persistence. Praise. This mantra has helped her to reach this. This is as good as this Karate Kid movie, which is a very famous movie.
Good, good. Very nice, Senthil Kumar. Thank you very much. And yeah, for the members, in fact, kindly type in congrats, Senthil, in the chat box. Let's congratulate Senthil. Congratulations for receiving the book, Random Management, by the author. Today, we have the author itself here, Mr. Narendra Kumar, who's going to share this book to you. So thanks, Narendra, for giving this book as complimentary to, yeah, thanks very much for sharing that. That's the book called Random Management, which has been shared. Great. So thank you very much. So thanks very much, Arul, for sharing that particular book on the screen. And the link also will be shared shortly on the chat box. People who prefer to also buy the book, definitely feel free to buy the book. And I'm sure that will really help all folks, all the other members as well on this particular concept. So thanks very much. And Senthil Kumar, since you have actually highlighted or shared the answer, you get an opportunity to ask a question with Ms. Gauri. So before that, let me also share to other members. Members, now is the time for open question to ask Ms. Gauri. Feel free to ask any of your challenges with respect to this topic. And we go here. Ms. Gauri is here to answer us all the solutions for the challenges what you face. So Senthil Kumar sir, the first question, we give an opportunity to ask Ms. Gauri.
Thank you very much, Prakash. And I have only one small question for Gauri. The question is that today we are seeing a very paradigm transformation as well as digitization with data metrics, and many technology transfer are happening. And as you said, the mantra of getting the consistent result continuously in this tough, challenging situation using emotional intelligence, we would like to ask you what should be the tricks or methodology that we need to adapt in the present changing future need requirement.
Okay.
First of all, thank you so much, Mr. Senthil Kumar, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Gauri.
I think consistent learning would be something which I would definitely advise, and that's what I'm doing with my teams as well. Because every organization, like you rightly said, it's moving towards digitization, and the skills that we knew earlier would be of no use. Say, for example, design thinking. So far we were thinking that design thinking is used for products, and people in product, those who are designing products, they would go for design thinking. But I did the certification 4 months ago, because I realized that it's employee experience which is important today. So I need to design policies which are really understood by people and applied by them as well. Otherwise, I can design a beautiful handbook which nobody would be using it, right? So this reskilling, upskilling should be our mantra. And next important thing would be networking, because that is what would help us understand what's happening outside the world. Like all of us have come together today. There is learning for me, like Mr. Narendra mentioned that the book was written during COVID and it was so quick, and there are 50 books available, something new for me to learn. This video introduction, something new for me to learn. So networking is something which we have to be really hands-on. And second would be learning agility. Adaptability, yes, COVID definitely taught us already, so that's need no mention.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent, Ms. Gauri.
Thank you.
I believe you would have received your answer, Mr.
Yeah,
Sen.
thank you very much.
Great. Thank you very much. Yeah. So members, if you have any other question, also feel free, members, as well as the visitors who are here and today, feel free to ask a question. The question can be asked in two ways. Either you raise your hand and we will be giving you permission to unmute yourself, and then you can ask directly. Or if you want to write in the chat box the question also what you want to ask, feel free to write in the chat box, and that also we will be taking up. So thank you very much, Arul Prakash, for sharing the link of the book of Mr. Narendra, which is on the Random Management Thoughts. The link is there on the chat box, and feel free. So for Senthil Kumar, it's complimentary. Senthil Kumar, you will be receiving the book through courier, which Mr. Narendra will be sharing it with you. But for others, this particular link is also on our website, themaskleadership.com, and I'm sure this will help us in understanding more people, more learnings. So David, yes, over to you, David. I understand there's no question, but you have something to share. So please go ahead, Mr. David.
Today I got one book. I got award.
Oh.
I got award. I got a complimentary book worth 300 rupees.
Senthilji, I would request you to kindly mute yourself. So that will help us. Okay, David sir, kindly unmute yourself and then we can go ahead.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Now it's audible. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Now it's audible.
Good evening, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am, for being with us this evening and for sharing your experience. And I think Prakash sir, initially when he started, he said consistency in achieving results, is it a myth or a reality? I think it's a reality. In my own personal life, I felt it over a period of time. I'm a retired person and I've been with corporate for almost 30 years. I was with the Indian Army for 6 years. Anyway, what I want to say is that in my last assignment, I left a very lucrative career with Cognizant Technologies and joined Fullerton India. It's a non-banking financial company, you must be aware. Yes. And what happened is that when the CEO met me in the interview, I mean, we're all known to each other because we're all erstwhile city bankers. He met me and he said, David, everyone told me you have a lot of fire in your belly. I want 185 branches to be delivered in 1 year. This is 2007. Jan to December. Yes, ma'am. And he said, this interview is happening. I mean, in Chennai, in one of the hotels, January end. He says January 2007 to December 2030. I mean, 31st. I need 185 branches. I didn't say anything. I just said, okay, so let me know the format. I'll get back to you. So we had dinner, lunch, everything. We came out, and my boss, to whom I was reporting Citibank, who also joined Fullerton at the time, because of whom I left Cognizant actually, he pulled me out. He said, David, 185 branches, I know, that guy is only pushing you. 170 ho jayega, he said. Can you give 170? I said, Ajay, just leave it to me. Get me the format. I'll get back to you. And trust me, I had a wonderful team. After everything's over, after I joined Fullerton, I took 1 day off from my CEO and said, Sundar, give me 1 day off. I need to be with my team. We went to a small hotel outside Chennai. We just sort of, we did some brainstorming. And I told the team, this is the target. I won't do anything because I'm not capable, but I know you people are capable. We have real estate, infrastructure, and different teams. I said, you tell me how you're going to deliver. trust me, they gave such a roadmap. I don't think anyone else would have given. And ma'am, by December 28th or something, we gave 216 branches to Fullerton. That is
Wow,
every
that's
1.5 day, one branch we were delivering. So I feel to achieve results consistently, the team matters a lot. It happened with me even in Citibank, even Fullerton, Cognizant. I had wonderful team. I think team is something which is very, very important and something which you need to carry. Trust them, give them the liberty. Of course, there are some checks and balances you need to look into. But I think end of the day, if your team is good, consistency in results is not a problem at all. Sorry, I just want to share this, ma'am.
Superb. So thank you so much for bringing it up. And it is so good to see that you were following the rules of coaching even in 2007 when nobody was talking about it, right? So you asked them, how are you going to do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Super, superb. Thank you so much for bringing it.
Thank you, ma'am.
great. Thank you very much, David sir. That's really been great. I've been here to share your thoughts and feelings, which will help even in fact our other leaders as well. Great, sir. Thank you very much. So I believe most of the questions are done. It's already time for us. Definitely let me quickly summarize. And if you still have any more questions, members as well as the visitors, feel free. Maybe I will share your questions to Ms. Gauri and she will be happy to answer you through the email as well. So let me quickly summarize what all we have actually taken it up from, or what are key learnings which we have got today from Ms. Gauri. And in fact, we started off, is it a myth or reality? Rightly shared, Ms. Gauri shared, it's more of a reality. And she gave an excellent quote for success. That success is just not achieving once, but consistently achieving becomes more of a success. And from there it started. And then for certain habits which needs to be really inculcated within ourselves is what she said. She started with the emotional intelligence. Under emotional intelligence is where the first point she started saying that becoming more self-aware. And if we need to be self-aware, we need to have at least a 360-degree feedback done. Only through the feedback is where you will be able to get to know about where are the improvement areas each person can have. And then she also did say that should be a specific goal which you need to have, discipline we need to have. And then from there, she moved into more of self-discipline as well, rightly told. So these all she did share. And from there, she moved into how persistence becomes very, very necessary for us. In fact, even if we fail, our role is even if we may fail, it's not that all the time we will be able to achieve results. There are challenging situations which may come to us where we may fail because of lack of any skill. And she said very clearly that persistence only pays off, and how in her own life, persistence has really helped her in achieving the greater success where she is today. Also, she's been shared. And from there, we also moved in terms of understanding about what is the rerouting which needs to be done. If people also fail, what are the rerouting needs to be done, or we are just stuck. So she has said that networking is one of the important aspects, learnability, keep continuously learning. And that's what today as a leader, as a coach is required to be doing. And have network, start building network. And that's what one of our important criteria in our community is also, we are going to build network. So with all these points, thank you very much, Gauri, which have got excellent insights from you in terms of understanding how consistency can be really built. And from last point from David, we already also understood that we also need an excellent team. And if we need an excellent team, we need to ensure that we need to maintain the particular team with that high regards and the trust in the team, what we need to, it's all leaders' role. But definitely, it is really, really enriching to understand each one of us today, and really a very fruitful session or episode is what I would say.
Thank you so much, Prakash, and I really loved being here.
Thanks very much, Gauri. Before we leave, I have
your voice was.
Thanks very much. It's a pleasure always been, and really. Is that so? Now is it clear? Now is it better, Ms. Gauri? Yes. It could be a technical glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. It's our pleasure, Ms. Gauri. Thanks very much that you've also been a part of our forum. And it is really helpful for all our members and visitors here. Great.
Thank you so much. I love the energy of the forum and examples.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thanks very much, Gauri. So members, one more last. So next week, which we have is our Reflections 4.0. So for the members and visitors, let me quickly share with you what we do. Every month, the last Wednesday is what all the last 3 Wednesdays, which all the leaders have come. We take the last Wednesday of every month is where we have a quick recap, quick understanding of the key learnings only for our members. So feel free to join us. This month, which is March month, the other 3 leaders who have been a part of, let's have a key action plans for them. Just let's not stop here with the learnings. Learnings has to be converted to the action plan. And this is what in our forum, which we are doing, helping people to giving through separate logins, where we're helping them to convert the learnings to an action plan, so that we all are constantly growing and growing. So next week also feel free to register, and all the members are invited for the Leaders Connect episodes. To share your challenges on askleadership.com, the challenges could be on leading self, leading others, or leading your business. This is the complete platform where you will get solutions for all these, and solutions can be definitely converted to an action plan. And here is where we help. So thanks all. And Gauri, one last question to you before we all leave, Gauri. So what is that one message you would like to share to all our members and visitors here in our community?
I would like to say that discipline and self-discipline is the bridge between ambitions and achievements. So let's focus on self-discipline. Starting something is easy, but carrying on with the same vigor is the most important thing. Thank you so much. I love the energy, love the structured way of learning. It's amazing, Prakash. Kudos to you and your team. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Sure. Thanks very much, Gauri. That's been a pleasure. Thanks to all the members as well as visitors. Before we all leave, we all are aware we have our thanking video. Manish, over to you to play the thanking video.
Wow, one more video.
Great. So thank you all. And thank you once again, Ms. Gauri. That's really insightful for being here.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening ahead. Bye.
Have a great evening all. Bye-bye. And please ensure to write your key learnings on our WhatsApp group, which will help our other members who have missed out. So thank you all. Have a nice evening. Meet you all again next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks.